Good morning, good morning. So, I wanted to make a follow-up to the video I made last night we're watching. And I want it to be understood, and I'm not trying to make this like correction or reframing refocusing to be right. This Tory Lanez trial there seemed like there's inconsistencies. There's people lying. And it could very well may be that Tory is lying. But even men can listen. Let's just say Tory Lanez is totally lying and he's the wrong one, right? I mean, he's been found guilty, so we'll just go with that. Tory Lanez is wrong. But we as men, we're watching. And, people say, hey, listen, this is not about body count. This is about a woman getting shot. Okay, cool. Let's look at the actions of that woman, how that woman acts, how that woman provokes people, how that woman antagonizes others, how that woman approaches certain things, how that woman acts with between herself and her friends. We're watching. We're seeing how these women are acting. We're seeing how these women are coming out, not a Megan Thee Stallion or anything like that, because you could look at her music, but we're seeing how these women are coming on these shows, are in different forums, different spaces, chat rooms, videos, and they're coming out and they're showing their hand. They're showing their actual behavior. They're showing how they actually look at men, how they actually look at this life, their outlook, their worldview, their delusion. We're watching all of this, and that's kind of the overall point, right? Do I believe Tory Lanez did it? There's inconsistencies. Like, it just, if you want to say beyond a reasonable doubt, I doubt it. Also this trial being so close to Christmas and all that other stuff, people want to get home, so they deliberate and go from there. I would expect maybe a mistrial because of all the inconsistencies, and then a person getting immunity. That's pretty freaking odd. Like, this woman's getting immunity? I mean, it didn't go how I expected it, but let's say this was the right decision. We as men could look at this and say, okay, Tory, you fucked up. What did you do to be put in this position? How did you and your inability to control your wand, your dick, how did that put you in this position? Right? I mean, let's look at it. Let's look at he is the problem. It is male misogynist. It is misogynoir. It is patriarchy. It is male machismo, and all these things are existent in this probably not misogynoir, but who could say? Let's say it is. Let's say all the bad phrases are there, right? Tory, why did you put yourself in that? Brothers, why would you put yourself in that situation? If you see that you have a woman, you have the ability, this woman hooks you up with her homegirl, you mess with her homegirl, and then that same woman that hooked you up with the homegirl doubles back and wants to fuck with you. Why would you take that deal? Let's go back and forth and say, yo, Tory Lanez is not a decent person, and it shows in his actions, and it shows in the outcomes of what actually happened to him. Let's go back to my human decency argument. Where's the human decency in Tory Lanez? Where's the human decency in you as a man and your own integrity? As probably integrity is a better word here. Where's your integrity in all of this? Why would you do that? Why would you put yourself in that situation? Because at the end of the day, we are men. We are expected to control ourselves sexually, physically, mentally. We're expected to do all of these things. We're expected to be damn near modern day Superman. And when I say Superman, we're expected to save other people by sacrificing ourselves. We're watching. We're seeing how this looks. We're seeing like a man, like, let's say Bill Cosby is totally wrong. And we saw what happened with Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby is totally wrong. He drugged those women, or that woman, and he put himself in that situation. It was a misuse of power. It was misogynoir. It was all these things. He put himself in that situation. He did that to himself. Tory Lanez did this to himself. Brothers, would you do this to yours? to yourself? We're watching. We're looking at this. And we're seeing ways that we need to stay away from this. So if a woman wants to come up to you, act crazy in a party, wants to indulge in her own sexual fantasies and indulge in her own sexual illicit behavior, or indulge into her shadow, we're watching this. And we're seeing how a broken vessel can actually taint light. Daystar. How if we are the light and the woman is the vessel that contains that light and then helps to multiply that light. Almost like, going into a prism. Then we need to understand that, one, we cannot be tainted light. Daystar here. Tory Lanez. We can't be tainted. And the vessel that we put our light in cannot be broken. This man was putting his light in broken vessels. That's his fault. He did that. And because of and by the decision of the court, he also shot Meg Thee Stallion. That's just the reality we live in. We weren't there. We don't know what happened. But this is what all the evidence and everything points to. Also, him talking or him trying to coerce evidence and pay people off and stuff like that. That's him. He did that. He fucked up. Why would you want to cover it up? You know what I'm saying? So then the point is, Tory Lanez is wrong. He's guilty more so than anything else. So what does that mean? We as men need to look at this and watch and say and see. We need to see that we don't need to be in this position and say to ourselves, I can't put myself in a position to where I am going to possibly be jailed. We're watching this shit. We're looking at it. We're saying to ourselves, this is not where I want to be. This is what will happen to me if I don't keep my fucking shit together and to myself. Brothers, be careful. Understand that we have to put ourselves in a... I didn't really have much else to say in that last clip, but it cut off because my alarm to go get absolutely abused by my trainer went off. But I'm going to try this whole iMovie thing on here. I just got this iPhone 14 Pro Max. So I'm going to try out iMovie and stitch stuff together. So that'll be good. So I don't have to do it on a computer or anything. But we do have to understand, brothers, and I'll leave it with this. We do have to understand that we have no safe harbor. We have no place to go. We have no place to really rest. And the only time we can actually make a place to rest is when we actually put ourselves first and we sacrifice ourselves for our goals, our means to our ends that we want to achieve, the goals that we want to achieve, the places that we want to see, and the places that we envision ourselves being, and the places where we want to go and getting the things that we want to get. We're watching all of this. We're seeing all of this happen. And we do have to understand that this man was wrong on so many ways and so many counts. And it caught up to him and he got himself fucked. That's what he did. And when I say we're watching, we have to see that, hey, we can be in that same fucking situation. All because we can't handle our fucking wand. We can't say, hey, listen, man, I know it's low-hanging fruit. I know I can knock her off and her friend. But I shouldn't because it could put me in trouble. I forgot the Jamaican saying, like chamber and bati. Well, so there's something else. There's a saying for this shit. But anyways, don't put yourself in that situation, brothers. Be safe out here, man. With that being said, I love you all and keep your fucking eyes open, man.